Alright everybody, welcome to the Fable All Boast Run. Now, as you might have just seen, I'm not going to be following the story, because I feel like there's enough Fable runs in general really out there. The only thing that makes this somewhat special is the All Boast aspect. So I'm not going to be following every quest, because I think it's just going to bore you. Though I will be cutting into interesting parts if they come up. I suppose I better give some shout-outs before I continue. First one would be for KG Freshly. He is, I believe at the moment, the world record holder for the Fable speedrun for Fable Lost Chapters, and I assume for the original Fable game. He actually has a great guide on YouTube on how to do some summon splits. Summon clips, rather.
Let's go and break stuff.
That I will be using in this run. Now, they're not like necessary to run, but you know, it's a bit of fun to watch them. Also want to thank Shadow Fiend. He actually wrote a guide on the original Fable forums on how to do a boast run. He only got up to Hob Cave, I believe, and he was not abusing glitches, which, once you see the run, you'll see that's near impossible to not abuse glitches. It's quite a tricky run, even with the glitches, but without them, I would say it's
Excellent, thanks, lad. You've done me a big. I'll let you down.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's probably still possible to do, but it would be annoying to the point of me not wanting to do it. I'd also like to thank Many a True Nerd, who I've been watching his runs for a year or more now, maybe? Anyway, he definitely inspired me to start doing some challenge runs of my own. I suppose I should also mention that there's a Fable 100% completion run, but I'm not really going to be showing all the silver keys and clothes and weapons that you need to get. This is mostly just the boss. So our home is burning down, that's a bit of a shocker. It's a pretty standard Heroes opening. And we're at a guild for magical training. So the the RPG tropes that Fable uses just get better throughout the game, honestly. It's pure beautiful. Now, the first boast quest, or quest that can be boasted on, is actually the second main quest in the game. And it won't be for, well, for you it might be maybe 5 minutes, but for me it's going to be an hour or so. I might want to mention in this run I am going to be playing as a mostly good character in morality. You know, when you're doing a 100% run, you kind of have to do both sides a little bit, but on the whole, I'll be good. As far as difficulty for good and evil, there's about 3 places in the game where it actually makes difference. First place is Orchard Farm, where it's really the same sort of difficulty either way, good or evil. The next would be Twin Blades Camp. If you're doing the good path, the like super good path, you can do the evil path and it's much easier, but the good path is just terrible. The final place would be in the arena, now that I think of it. You can either, well, spoilers I guess, but you know, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've played Fable before. In the arena, you can either choose to kill Whisper or not. I suppose that makes evil a little bit harder, because you have to do a little bit more fighting, but as you'll see once we get to the fight with Whisper, it's really she's quite of a pushover. Honestly, Arachnox is a harder boss than her. And poor Arachnox, I don't even know if I'm saying its name right. You know what I mean, the giant scorpion you face after the trolls. I'd be willing to say that the guild portion is the worst part of a 100% run. Mostly because every quest is...
Now pay attention.
let's just say not interesting. Here's what you're missing by me cutting some of this out. I'm going to help a woman make a pie. I'm going to get some better grades. And I'm going to run to a demon door. Not even open the demon door. Might open the demon door on camera, that's how interesting it gets. Just running to the demon door in under 50 seconds. Oh, and I also get to shoot some sparrows, isn't that nice?
That was very impressive. Whisper should be ashamed.
And just wait until I beat it with my fists at Orchard Farm. I suppose I should say this now, as the thought just came to me. I'm going to be mostly using bows, at least in the first portion of this run. That's mostly so I can keep my physical skills down, so I can get, what is it called? Harbinger, maybe? At an early stage, once I get to Witchwood. I'm also going to be pretty much getting Scorm's bow as soon as possible. But I'll probably do that off camera, because it can take a couple tries, you know. Scorm's bow is pretty shite.
We did it! Did you see the look on their faces?
I mean, we Whisper? I'll have you find I killed all three of them. Was it a really good hit? Can you tell? I mean, I'm just shooting lightning at a straw. Right? I really should have recorded more than one line for this guy. Yeah, here we go again. This is honestly the best part of the run so far. This good hit guy. Ah, you can tell this guy's evil because he's wearing black robes. Although I think that's just maybe like the advanced robe. Maybe you get a choice, I don't know. You never get black robes, it's a shame. Anyway, he's the guy that tells you to kill all the poor sparrows. I almost feel a little bad for this quest, even though I'm going to go on to kill many innocent people. The sparrows aren't the worst of my problems here. When my village was burned down, the first thing I said to myself was, why am I not killing sparrows right now? So I took the time and I went through the Heroes Guild, and now here I am. Killing sparrows.
There's still more out there.
No, there's still more. I am 100% sure I killed a sparrow on that roof. Unless there's two. Are you... goddamn outspotted by a sparrow. Now, I want to see if I got the timing right. It's either when you're the smallest stage of being a hero or an apprentice, but I can't remember. Brilliant. This is the only appearance of Scythe in the first game, the one before TLC. It's, interesting, I guess. Maze is trying to convince Scythe not to go to the Northern Wastes, which I suppose makes sense from his character, but I don't know if Jack has even planned to go to the Northern Wastes yet, so maybe it doesn't make that much sense. But it's quite interesting. You can see Scythe before he's actually introduced in the last chapters. And he has the exact same character model, he looks exactly the same. I suppose you could just chalk that up to laziness, but you know, it actually makes sense with his character.
Before you graduate.
Now we have one last test against Maze. Actually, Maze is pretty cool, I have to admit. I kind of like his character, but it doesn't make so much sense, considering I feel like Scythe or... I mean, Scythe definitely, because he's meant to be like William Black, right? But even maybe Nostro could be able to take out Jack. But meanwhile, Maze is scared off his tits, so he's helping Jack. It's... You know, it is what it is.
First,
Thanks, Guild
you
Master.
must select the area you... You've chosen
Guild
accuracy allows
Master
you to
Charlotte.
pull-
Trying to explain some stuff here. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to be putting points into accuracy to start off, just so I can get my bow skill up. Probably just going to keep it at 5. Probably only get to 5 before I actually get to Witchwood. Here's another thing I'd like to point out. A lot of people have seen this, because obviously you kind of have to take the first quest, but this is the only mention of a snow troll in the game, aside from the lost chapters. And of course, minions are an enemy you don't see until after the arena, so that's quite a long one. And you can never take any of these quests. As soon as you get to the second renown level, they all disappear, so you can never hack yourself in enough renown to do them. So I've just taken Wasp Menace, but as unfortunately you can't see, there are no boasts for Wasp Menace. Yeah, I would help you with the people being attacked by wasps, but I was too busy collecting a key. It was sitting just outside the guild that nobody's managed to get yet. I'm not too against using my sword in these early parts. It's not like I'm doing a bow only run. Just especially when I'm hitting the more tough enemies, I'm going to be using my bow. Like the Wasp Queen, unsurprisingly.
Your bow may prove useful against the Wasp Queen.
I know my bow may prove useful, Guildmaster, that's why I'm using it.
The new quest card.
That quest card is not Orchard Farm either. I just remembered we have to go meet Maze in Bowerstone first. Now I know I said I was going to Bowerstone, but you know, when this chest is in Greatwood, you just kinda gotta go for it. Now usually at this time I'd ransack Bowerstone South, maybe Oakvale as well, go for Swarmsbow, but I feel like maybe I can't be bothered to do that this time. Maybe I'll just go straight for Greatwood.
Perhaps you're needed at
Now I did just waste all my money buying this, but to be fair, when this is the face you see coming to save your farm, it's gonna be worth it. It's all worth for the mustache and the beard. Actually, I just realised something. I was going to go straight to Orchard Farm, but I actually can't, pretty much. You need quite a lot of XP to do what I'm going to try and do. So I'm actually going to run through Greatwood all the way through Darkwood as well, and then to Oakvale. Basically, to complete a standard Orbos quest, you need some magic power, physical shield, slow time. In this one, I think heal life will also be helpful. Probably not needed, but definitely helpful. Now that I have decided to go to Oakvale, it begs the question whether I should bother getting Swarmsbow this early. Or possibly the even better question, should I get the fishing rod this early? And the answer to that question is always yes. Now I feel like this is a pretty common observation, but I gotta ask. I just fished up a golden fish, which is, it's not a real fish, it's a trophy. Why was it fighting back? Excuse me? Alright, first fish is 15 kilos, I believe. Then maybe 45 or 60 is the final one. There's also one at 30, I believe. Dude, I just came here, chill out. 4 grams? I realise I just said 15 kilograms, but now that I think about it, it must be grams, right? Yes, 15 grams. Alright, I'll just take it easy. 10 grams? You're really fucking me on this, Fable, I swear to God. 13 grams? I agree that they're... Are you fucking kidding me? I'm tempted, Fishman, to just kill you and get your prize that way. I caught someone. Here we go. 15 grams, at least. Da-da-da-da. Am I... Here's a little Fable fishing fun fact for you. Some people, according to the wiki, suggest that the Chapel of Skull... Wait, what is it called? Chapel? Temple? Chapel of Skull... Oh, son of a bitch. Some people... Did I just lose that fish? Some people believe that you can catch the biggest fish in the Chapel of Skull. That I am interested in. I wonder what the biggest fish you can catch in Fable is. Yeah. Got it in one. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Oh, you're back out. That's not too bad for the beginning.
Not too bad. Dude, that took me like 10 minutes. Which, you know, doesn't seem like a long time. But when you're fishing in a game, it's a long time, my friend.
You fishing spot, me lad.
What are you talking about? I just got here. Alright, here we go. Come on, 30. 34. Brilliant. That one was actually in one. I don't think I even mentioned my outfit change, but though really, do you want a man who has gloves and pants and shoes on? Or do you want this specimen of a hero? The answer is obvious. You want a 50-gram fish. You don't care about the hero, all you need is that fish. It's an interesting thought. Every fish you eat in the game is raw. I mean, there's a possibility that they're cooked if you buy them from a vendor or something, but you're just fishing them out of the stream and you can eat those and they look exactly the same. Therefore... I don't know, I had no follow-up. You eat raw fish is my point. 48 grams. I'll show you 48 grams fish. Looking at my recording, I've spent about 45 minutes in this game so far. I'm almost certain that 20 minutes have been just fishing. The best part is this isn't even compulsory. I mean, I guess so for the 100% run, but I don't need to do it right now. I could come back to it. Do I look like I'm going to come back to it? Of course not. I need that fisherman hat, my friend. I need that fisherman hat. Leather gauntlets. Now that's what I wanted to see. It really breaks up the monotony of fishing. I took off the gloves. They're weighing me down. You gotta be light as a feather for this fishing minigame. You son of a bitch. Alright, here we go. This is the one. Excuse me? Let's just get a little closer of a look at that weight. 164? What the...
Keep practicing and the big fish will come to
What is
you.
going on?
Oh, you're back, are you?
Alright, I'm taking your hat and you're gonna like it.
Bless my fins, what a beast!
Yeah, what a beast indeed. That's the biggest fish I've ever seen. Some would say it was not worth it. The 30 minutes I spent here. Now let's see, next place is Greatwood Lake. Boring, I'm just gonna skip it.
Some bandits have set up a
Did I say Greatwood Lake? I meant Greatwood Gorge. That's how boring Greatwood Lake is. One of the interesting things about this place, you'll almost definitely know if you've played the game before, but if it's your first time, you know. I got trivia for everyone. I got trivia for the veterans, I got trivia for the first timers. As soon as you kill the bandit leader in this area, all of his underlings will scatter, so I'm gonna kill all of the lesser bandits before I take out the leader. Yeah, so here we go. Small underlings over here. The bandit leader you can probably see is bigger, and he has like a standard, I'm not sure what you quite call that, on his back.
is low. Do you have any potions or food?
There we go, he said it. Good on you, Guildmaster.
You have reached unsung status.
I've reached unsung status. Oh, tickle me impressed, Guildmaster, that's quite nice.
Your health is low. Do you have any potions or food?
Guildmaster, I'll eat some food if it means you'll chill out. It's actually quite a nice shot. You know, it's obviously a decade-old game, but it still looks quite nice. Yeah, literally none of these traders want to sell, apart from these two guys that both want to sell. Honestly, I love all your tattoos. I love it. And of course we're gonna show off the tattoo we got. No shirt. Oh, it's on the front. Beautiful. The first thing I said when I booted up this game is, what's the point if I don't have a dick on my chest? And you know, Fable satisfies. I feel it's only fair. This is my new outfit. I feel like my hero has to cover at least a bit of himself up, you know, leave something to the imagination. I still want to leave my dick tattoo for the whole world to see. Now this is a true hero. Alright, let's go, hero. I feel like adding this hair has made the game actually a bit more laggy, but you know, it's the sort of price you'd pay. I pay a price for this beautiful hair. No, normally actually I wouldn't do this demon door, and I won't. Though I suppose I should explain why. The demon door requires you to beat his hob minions, but seeing as my sword sucks, and I don't have Scorm's bow yet, I am not going to do that. Unfortunately, I have decided to remove the dick tattoo in favour of the fire monkey tattoo. I know it's not a choice, but you know, fire monkey OP. Now, I believe the Darkwood Bordello opens after you beat Trader Escort. Otherwise, I would be going in there right now to get the pimp hat. I mean, I love this mohawk, but come on, we can't beat the pimp hat. What was that? Are you kidding me? Come on, Fable. I'm fine with you spawning enemies. I mean, that's kind of how this game works, but don't just spawn them right in front of my face. Do I really look friendly? I'd say I look pretty intimidating. Then again, I have got the trader mustache, which, as we all know, is very friendly. I know what you're saying to yourself. Now, why would I fish after spending 30 minutes fishing? And I say to you, because there's a soul key. Yeah, I'm not finding a nymph. Like that. I'd rather fight a Balverine than an nymph. I'm about to. Unless this nymph has followed me all the way up here, in which case I'm just gonna leave.
Chicken chaser, I believe.
That's enough dark wood for one day.
With you there.
I've decided I look a bit too slim, so for reasons
Hey there.
just unrelated to anything, my character has decided to eat a lot of fish and pies.
Known as chicken chaser.
Beautiful. On an unrelated note, there is a demon door up here that only lets you in if you're overweight. I believe this is a Will Master's elixir, if I'm not mistaken. It is actually quite nice. Indeed it is, and I think I got one earlier and I forgot to use it. Yep. There we go. Some more mana. I just noticed that. Guess I never really look at the backgrounds often. There's just fire sitting in the water. It's quite strange. I suppose it's just atmospheric. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Fable games past the first one, I do have to give props to Fable 2 and 3 for keeping the demon doors pretty good. I think all the areas inside them were actually very well designed and nice off.
Oh, looks like a nice
So imagine this, life as a trader, you just stand here one day, trying to sell your dank mushrooms, when this beast of a man comes along and he just steals your mushrooms because he's not going to pay 500 gold. I didn't actually do this in Bowerstone, but I guess I'm going to ransack these houses because I actually want to find a hairstyle that I quite like. Dark lower dress. Okay, I found it. It's all good. I know I've said it before, but this is a true hero's outfit. I have no money to buy haircuts.
You needed at Orchard Farm.
Excuse me?
Think not exactly.
Alright, so I'm going to do the only sensible thing to do. I need to get some more money, so I'm going to gamble all my money away.
How much will you bet?
What I do? Right, to get a haircut. The most important use of money in Fable.
Your hair could use a little attention.
And back to the regular. Which is a shame, but I think all that facial hair was lagging out my game a little bit. Now I would like to check if I can get all the skills I need yet. Alright, so I just took Protect Orchard Farm. Kind of just locks me into a good choice, I guess, but I was always going to make it. Now let's see here, we need
You now choose the
first
spell you
level
wish to learn.
of Guildmaster. You want to chill out?
Magic power increases your capacity for storing.
Guildmaster, I'm trying to talk here. Alright, so we need
Notice
slow
your
time level 1.
experience pools going down. You will always use your will experience
Guildmaster,
first.
please.
But if this runs out,
Physical
you
shield
can
level
use
1.
general experience to improve any of your attributes. To gain
Heal
more
life
will
1
experience,
would be nice
use
to
your
have.
magical abilities.
But you know, I can deal without it. That's all we really need. No skipping straight to Scormsbow yet. At least not until the next quest, which I almost definitely will. Alright, so to start off, we already got 5 bows, which is quite a shame, I guess. We got no protection, so do the quest naked, which also means no physical shield, but we'll get to that. Without a scratch, take no damage. Fist Fighter, no weapons or aggressive magic. Protect property, make sure none of the boxes are stolen. And protect the guards, make sure that no guards die. Now, that's kind of why I wanted to heal life, but we can deal without it. So I've taken all that, and I'm just going to do one more thing to tip the scales in my favour a little bit. Yep, I'm actually going to hire bodyguards, which seems like a little bit of overkill, and to be honest it is. I have no defense against it. Bodyguards can be used in all... In fact, bodyguards can be used in every boast quest aside from one, which I'll definitely bring up when I get to it. It's the one of, or the last boast quest we'll do in the entire game. But until then, we can use bodyguards, and so I'm just going to use these two. At this point you could summon Clip into Twinblade's camp, but I'm not really going to bother with that yet.
It's good.
One thing I should point out, depending on the enemies you get here, the bodyguards could very well die before you get to Orchard Farm, which would just be a bit of a waste. But if they are, you know, you can just cast Slow Time. Unfortunately, I don't have heal life, so I can't heal them at all if they get hurt, but hopefully it'll be all good.
So you're going to be doing some work down at Orchard Farm, are you?
Ah, that's
I knew that
interesting.
was your true calling. I saw Lady Grey set the opposite quest in the guild yesterday.
The only way I've ever seen this cutscene is coming from the picnic area,
You'll need all the experience you can get to beat me.
so
See you later.
it happens in
Farm boy.
Greatwood Entrance, but it's interesting, new stuff. Seeing Whisper in Greatwood Lake. Alright, so now we get to the crux of the run. We have to both complete a quest where we can't use physical shield, and complete a quest where we receive no damage. And the trick to that is casting physical shield and slow time at the same time. And I switch out from my physical shield on the mana bar so I don't accidentally cast it if I want to cast slow time later. And the quest is pretty much good at this point. You just have to make sure you're driving back the bandits, that you don't let any guards die, which is... whoop. I actually forgot before I did this to buy mana potions, but you really should before each quest. Because basically they're just hitting at your will for the physical shield. But I should be good since I hired both of the bodyguards. What is he picking up at? No, he's killing guards. That's bad. Really should have been back here.
Right behind you.
When they're on the ground like that, you can just leave them, because you're just going to be kicking them with your fists. When you have your fists out, you can only kick them, you can't stab into them. So it's just a bit of a...
Let's move.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Yeah, you know bodyguards will still be killed, but what can you do? It's kind of worth it for the extra firepower.
Prepare to fight.
Oh fuck, I just hit my own bodyguard. Now you see the range enemies, and this is probably the real reason this all boast can't be completed without abusing the physical shield glitch. Because you'd have to avoid every single crossbow bolt. Which is why I say it's near impossible.
Watch out! Bandit reinforcements.
Our guards are all good. And we get the third.
We've got company.
Group of bandits. I don't know what that pause was. Pause for dramatic effect, maybe.
I've got you covered. We've got company.
Really, at this point you can just beat on the bandits, it's all good. Honestly, you could just stand back at this point. Your minions can really beat the bandits by themselves, but you know. Not barely any XP for this quest. I don't think your minions fight Whisper with you, although I guess we'll see in a second.
So, you've learned some new moves? Go on, try to hit me with a flourish.
No, they do, looks like.
So you can do
It's
it.
interesting.
I'm...
But even if you don't have minions, really the trick to Whisper is just knocking her into a corner. And then at that point you can just get behind her and beat her up. This corner's not so great because there's a rock in it. so I can get some of the clipping a little bit off. This corner we're coming into is quite nice actually. I hope I can get it right here. Damn it, Whisper. Yeah, as you can see, my bodyguards are also hitting her. So bodyguards don't make this quest insanely easier, but they definitely make it a bit quicker. And as I said earlier, I should have brought some will potions with me, but you know, I already had 10 from exploring up to Oakvale, and it seems like that was enough for the quest. As you can see, I'm doing very little damage with my fists, so the bodyguards are making this quite quick. Or much quicker than it would be otherwise.
Damn.
There we go. And that is the first Every Boast quest. And that is about 1 hour and 30 minutes apparently since I started playing this game. Hopefully I can edit it down to about 30 minutes or something. I don't want you to sit through an hour and 30. But join me next part, and hopefully we should be taking on the Trader Escort and possibly also the Find the Bandit CRS quest. So I'll see you there.